clock has struck 2, and you are supposed to be here at 1:15, the hour previously. I don't know what kind of student you think you are, but if you want to learn the fine arts of alchemy, you need to be here on time. It is absolutely inconceivable that one such as yourself would not be here at the proper time. I'm thinking I might have to find another apprentice. You overslept. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you've been telling me as of late that you haven't been able to sleep. You crashed out. Alright, well, I would excuse it this one time. We have very, very much to cover in so short a time. I have to be on a different appointment with someone a lot more important than yourself. So if you could have a seat, please, we will get started. And I'm going to be going over these 3 different vials, and then we're going to be mixing an extract. Now, what I'm teaching you today is how to prepare the most easiest of concoctions. This is for your lord or your king, should you ever be so fortunate to get to that level. But based on how your studies have been going, you'd be lucky to even be a handmaiden in the Queen's court. There's more than just the elixir in there, of course. There are some herbs and spices that I would have broken down for you, but that would require you showing up on time. Lessons learned, my young Padawan. Late you are. Alright, now that we have prepared this, what does it do? Well, not only is it a sleeping potion, but it will give you so much sleep that at the end of time, when it is but a momentary measure for you to wake up refreshed, it will also give you the power of 10 men. This is a medical marvel that is only reserved for, like I said, your lord, or something of that nature. You wouldn't want this to get into the public hands, of course. There's been many, many stories about different heroes that might have taken this particular brand of a medical marvel. But we're not going to get into that. We are just keeping this in place. We're keeping this in place just for your particular person that you'll be serving. This will be coming up shortly after you pass your apprenticeship, but it's important to note that if you don't show up to these meetings here regularly, you won't be going anywhere. If you want to be a great alchemist, one that is known throughout the lands, and get to my level, 1, you need to fall asleep on time and be refreshed, and show up for your training. Do you think you can do that? We'll see. I don't doubt you completely, because I wouldn't have picked you for this particular task, but you have been letting me down as of late. So let's just look at these vials here, and I have pre-mixed them. All of these contents here are in this Peter bowl here, and I will show you that there is no harm when they are individually consumed. Quite ordinary. Oh, this was wine. So wine in and of itself, well, you know the problems that can face, depending on what you have to do for the day, or if you are trying to, you know. I don't say it. I dare not say it. By the look of you, you're barely old enough to have experienced what I'm discussing. And then this here is a vial of vinegar that I have just inadvertently spilled upon myself. It is something to be avoided if at all cost, because this isn't just regular vinegar. This is from the southern slopes, and it has a little bit of a poison additive to it, not enough to harm oneself, clearly, but taken in large amounts, it can cause paralysis of the lumbar region. No other bone structures throughout, just your lumbar, and it can be very debilitating for your enemies, but that is a lesson for another time. And this needs a little bit of a touch to it. I think we need to add some pizzazz to this, because this is mud water on the major river that runs through the country. And just a little bit of a history lesson. What river would that be? I see. Okay, you're wrong, and but it's all right, because you're not the one that I sent to extract this. But this needs a little bit of what do we call it? I think you kids are calling it pizzazz these days, or some abacazazz, something of that nature. I don't know. I heard one of the young alchemists saying it earlier. Alright, so let's just... Yes. Good. Down the hatch. It's not at all pleasant, especially at room temperature. See, even the mud still here attracts the flies. Now, all of these things together, mixed in, will provide the most perfect of remedies, shall we say, to keep it medically exclusively accurate. This will provide the perfect mix to fall asleep, and one would wake up refreshed. And then what I like to do is put a little bit of pomegranate in, because what it'll do is it will lessen the flavor of the vinegar and give it a little bit of a sweet taste, and it also drowns out the mud, so that the powers that be do not feel like peasants when they drink the concoction. I would say that you should have a taste of this. Now, this is not something to be taken lightly. This will give you momentary refreshment when you wake up, and I understand that you just woke up and were late, but you need to take it again and get on a proper sleep schedule. And when you wake up, you will be strong, you will be vigilant, you will be agile, and it does not last for a long time, but I need you to at least try. Here, take it down the hatch. You're drinking too slowly. Here you go. Alright, now, I want to observe you during this portion, the first 5 minutes are critical, and I need to observe whether you are having any adverse effects to this particular mixture, or if you are going to indeed fall asleep. So if you could just look directly at me and just relax yourself. Relax. No. You can worry about your studies later. Studying is not important right now. Sleep is the key to a good, productive day. And while your productivity has been, again, in question as of late, tomorrow it will be excellent. Just relax. Don't talk. Just be. Exist in the moment of the pupil and let the master put you to sleep. If you could just relax. Now, if you could tell me how you're feeling in this particular moment. I see. And do you normally feel that way before you fall asleep? Oh, a lot more anxiety. Well, we have no room for that here. There's no negative feelings here, because you won't get to sleep. And here, we will indeed make sure that you are relaxed. Tomorrow's a big day. I can't stress the urgency of waking up on time, fully rested, for your duties that you must perform. Don't ask me what your duties are. You already know what your duties are. I can't do them for you. I can't tell you how to do them. All I can do is prepare you for the perfect sleep. And I know that with the sleep you will have the vigor and the acumen to get your task taken care of. Of course. Yes, all of these individual mixtures that you saw me take myself have been mixed in proper proportions. And no, you're not looking peckish. You shouldn't be worrying about that. Right about now, you should be closing your eyes and stop asking me questions, just so that I can do my last little bit of observation, because you will be sleeping on that cot right there in front of you. Oh, don't try to say that that's not the case. I've caught you sleeping there many a time when you thought that I was going to be at the tavern far longer than should be possible for any responsible human being. Yes. Okay. Well, lay down and close your eyes. Thank you. I am just going to tidy up here, and I'm going to be making sure that you fall asleep. I will not be leaving here until you are indeed asleep. I need to make sure I mark this off. Right, it is. Yes. This will be your last toddy of the fortnight. I promise you that. Or, after tomorrow, you will no longer be in my employ. It doesn't matter that you don't get paid. I told you to stop talking and go to sleep. Alright, well, you relax, and I am going to take a levy of some people that have gotten prescriptions that they have not paid for yet. So you sleep well, and I will talk to you in the morning.